Hi, in this video we're going to learn now how to use passive voice but in present perfect. Let's begin again with present perfect. Uh, Again, a reminder of the present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is used to talk about an action that has continued to the present or an action that began in the past and continues to the present. In Spanish, we use this as he estado, hemos comido, han tratado, hemos conseguido, hemos escrito, han hecho. That's what we do in Spanish. That's the meaning of present perfect in Spanish. And here I present an example in active voice. Scientists have found new cures for COVID-19. Here, what we are doing is using the present perfect to express that through the time there has been investigation, obviously, and now new cures have been found. So as you can see here, when we use the present perfect, we use the auxiliary have or has, we use the past participle of one verb, and obviously we use the complement. I want to remind you again that in the active voice sentences, the most important thing is the person who did the action. In this example, the scientists are the most important thing. And what is affected, or the object, is new cures for COVID-19. When we transform these active voice sentences into passive voice sentences, what we have is an example like this. New cures for COVID-19 have been found. Remember that for the transformation of passive voice, we need three elements again. The tense, the verb to be, and the past participle of the main verb. Remember, here we're talking about present perfect, so we identify the tense. The tense here is present perfect, and because we are talking about present perfect, the verb to be has to be also in present perfect. So here we are using have been or has been. And why have been or has been? Remember, we use the auxiliaries have for the persons I, you, we, or they. But we use also has for the persons he, she, and it. And the verb to be, its past participle is been. So you will see this in this example. New cures. Cures represents they. So they have been. So new cures have been, and obviously we use the verb found, which is the past participle of the verb find. And in this example, we have new cures for COVID-19 have been found by whom? By scientists. Here I am using the person and I am expressing that this person or these people did this action. Scientists. These are extra examples. New medical procedures have been developed. This is present perfect and passive voice. If this were in active voice, something like this would be scientists have developed new medical procedures. But we are using passive voice, so we use new medical procedures have been developed. The next example, a new disease has been discovered. Who discovered this disease? Probably a scientist. So in the active voice, it would be a scientist has discovered a new disease. But in the passive voice, we say a new disease has been discovered. Next example, new antibiotics have been created. Who created the antibiotics? Scientists, we would say. Scientists have created new antibiotics. That's the active voice. But in the passive voice, remember, the most important is the object. So new antibiotics have been created. Next example, the laboratory has been closed. Who closed the laboratory? Probably a janitor, probably a manager, whoever did this. So in the active voice, we would say something like the doctor, possibly. The doctor has closed the laboratory. Or we would say, in the passive voice, the laboratory has been closed. And finally, all reports have been written. Who wrote or who has written those reports? Probably a nurse, probably. So we would say, the nurse has written all the reports. But now, since we are speaking about reports, we have to use have been. So we would say in the passive voice, all reports have been written by the nurse if we want to mention who did the action. And again, you can go to the interactive exercises. You can go to these interactive exercises, check in the presentations that I already uploaded to the platform, and you can work with these interactive exercises. And also you can go to the grammar exercises here in this link. Check, practice, and continue learning about the passive voice in present perfect. That's all for this video. I will see you in the next one.